Hi, everybody. Tonight's session with Abraham Hicks. And I have a whole bunch of questions. I'm all kinds of excited to get started. It is the first time I have live channeled Abraham for anybody, except a couple rare few. And yeah, hey, let's do this. But I think I might need to wait to get a couple more people on here because I don't want to miss you if you've asked a question. Hey, this is a little nerve-wracking, by the way, in case you haven't tried it. It's like talking to yourself because I don't see anybody. All right, so I have people messaging me, probably Holly saying, shut up, but I can't see. Hi, Luba. Hi, Heather. Oh, now I can see you all. Hey, Jane. Hey, Karen. Hi, Holly. Okay, good. Now I know we have somebody actually watching, and I'm not like doing this for myself. Let's do it. Let's see. What do I want to tell you all? Abraham, I'm sure you've all listened, is a group. It's a collective conscious. It's not just one single spiritual energy. And it's great because a lot of incredibly wonderful input from all the people that know everything. So without further ado, I'm going to start reading the questions. Hey, Peggy. Hey, Tammy. Thanks for joining. All right. So the first question tonight is from Lynn Huffman. And her question is a really good one. And she wants to know, how do you find balance when it seems like there's not enough time to do all that you want to do? Play, responsibility, necessity. How do you find balance with all those demands? That's a great question because in today's busy world, when you're awakening and wanting to know about all the great things that Spirit has to offer, you want to tend to focus on just one thing, right? So let's bring the spirituality into the foreground. Oh, but wait, I got to go make dinner. Oh, and I got to go to work. And by the way, my husband needs a little attention, and the kids, the dogs. It seems like there's a never-ending flow of demands on your time. And it's not that you are complaining, it's not that you're unwanting or not wanting any of all the good things that's being brought into your life, but seriously, how do you balance this? Well, I'm going to tell you the first and foremost thing to pay attention to, because you have so much input going on, and that's you. You can't possibly give to everybody else if you don't know or can come from a grounded space. So, Lynn, in this hectic world, how do you find balance? You carve that out of the day. And the first person that you take balance for and you take time for is you. It can be before you wake up or before you get out of the bed in the morning. It'd be hard before you wake up, but before you get out of bed in the morning, you take, whatever time to meditate, or to read, or to expand. But you come first. And once you find that you have your priorities, Lynn's priorities, my spiritual, my mental, my emotional, all in alignment, and you feel like you're in the vortex, and then you bring on the other things, but not so much that it takes away from your own experience. So it's like everything else. What you focus on is what you're going to get. So first, focus on you. I'm going to tell you the biggest thing here is to not feel guilty. If there's not enough of Lynn to go around to give to everybody else, necessities, responsibilities, and everything, you give to Lynn first. The balance will follow, and you will find that which is not really important will fall away because you haven't focused on it. Thank you, Lynn, for that question. And hi, Allison. I am channeling Abraham tonight for the first time in public. And it's amazing. Here, Shannon. Hi, Judy Ray. Hi, Carrie. Hi, Allison. Love you all. Hi, Paulette. Hi, Colleen. Okay, so everybody, not everybody, but a few people submitted questions first because it's really kind of hard to pay attention to the screen channel and read. So stand by, everybody. I'm going to go with the next question. Okay, Bridget Macho. If you create your reality by thinking and feeling and imagining it how you want it to be, how can you overcome the doubt and imprinted old beliefs that work against creating what you want to manifest? Well, Bridget, that's a fabulous question because everybody gets stuck, right? Okay, here it is. I've got it. It's in my vortex. I've got the 17 seconds to change my attitude about everything. And after 17 seconds, it's not there. What the fuck, man? We give up. So you see what happens is you bring it into that vortex, and when you don't get it right away, you're like, well, I guess that I'm not going to ever get it. And you fall back into that mindset of doubt and not believing. But if you don't truly believe, what is it all about? If you don't truly believe, you can't produce anything. This is all about leaving the humanness behind and tapping into that source, everything, that wants to give you everything and every experience that you've contracted for, want to give it to you in spades in every which way. And they'll give it to you. But you have to have an intention and hold that intention and hold that belief. And beyond anything, you know that the universe is giving it to you. Well, it's not in your time frame. It's not right now. It's not right this second. So it can't be true, and I'm not going to believe it. And that's where you get stuck. Here's what I want you all to do. I want you to all sit. Let's manifest right now. All right? I'm manifesting. My intention is for everybody that's watching right now to get the experience that they need to move forward. And you know what? I believe that every single one of you are getting that. I know it. But you have to believe it and you have to know it. Stop expecting things to come in to your vortex in a specific way. Allow the universe to give you what you've asked for in the perfect way that it has intended for you. How do I believe? Well, how do you believe in God? How do you believe in grass? How do you believe in anything? You say, why not? Why not? Why not? Why can't it be for me? Bullshit that I can't have it. I'm going to get it. I'm going to do that 17 seconds. And you know what? If I don't get it, I'm going to do another 17 seconds. And I'm going to hold that intention and that thought for as long as I need to attract that which the universe wants to give me. When you don't give up, neither does the universe. But you have to believe. All right, let's see. Stand by, stand by, stand by. So Adrienne Gertner says she's stuck. So that's a statement that everybody makes at some particular point. Allison, that's a great question, and I am going to answer that in just a second. Hi, Jamie. Stand by. Let me answer this first one about being stuck. So let's define stuck. All right, exactly what do you mean by stuck? The next path, the next thing in life, the next meal to eat, right? I don't know. I just don't know what to do. Is that the kind of stuck you mean? Well, congratulations, because everybody's been there at some time or another. Okay, let's discuss why you're stuck. You're stuck because of fear. You're afraid to make one move, that it'll have a domino effect, and you won't like the effects of that first move that goes down, so you do nothing at all. It's fear. How do I get unstuck? You sit with yourself and you decide exactly what it is you want. Because that's the very basis question. What do I want? I'm stuck because I don't know what I want. Because if you did know what you wanted, you would take the steps that you need. If only those steps are intending and bringing that into your energy, then those are your steps. And simply by having that thought, you start and you get that momentum. And when you start that momentum, 17 seconds, you keep that high thought. Okay, I've got that. What's my next highest thought? What's my next way to take me into where I want to be? Because I deserve everything that I want. First, ask yourself, why are you stuck? Why don't I believe in myself? And why am I afraid? Fear is at the basis of stuckedness. And then when you've taken that time to decide which that is for you, then you deconstruct it and you realize that you're stronger than all of that. The universe is stronger. What holds us back is us. Not the universe. The universe wants to give you everything you want at every second. That's not the problem. The problem is that you don't know exactly what you want. So if you don't know what you want exactly, then how is the universe going to give you exactly what you want when you don't know what you want? Do you hear what I'm saying? When you feel stuck, first identify why. Identify where you want to be. And then remove your blocks. And what I mean by removing is this. You get out of your own way. I can do it. Why am I my own block when I want this so bad? Because again, it comes down to belief. Do you believe in yourself? I believe in you. We believe in you. We know you came here for a specific reason, for this grand journey, this grand game. And you're the one that has the control over it. Whatever you think, you will attract. That's why we always say, please watch your thoughts. Because if you're thinking, well, I'm not good enough, well, then that's what the universe is going to give you back. I'm not good enough. The universe, at the very second you have that thought, in kind, returns that energy to you. I'm stuck. Well, that's what you get. Change your thinking. I am not stuck. I'm in a holding pattern while I decide where I want to go. But only let that holding pattern stay a short while. Okay. That's it on stuckedness from there. And Allison's question is, how do you stop this negative loop when the answer seems to be escaping you and you fall back into your old ways and your old thinking? Because that's what we're conditioned to do. You know, it's comfortable. Even though it doesn't work, it's comfortable. Because, okay, this loop that you're speaking of, Allison, is a human thing. The human brain is kind of like a record. So if you do the same thing and you're in that pattern and you're going over and over and over again, the same thought, the same daily routine, it's like wearing a groove into a vinyl record, right? Same thing, and that's why that loop happens, right? We're attracting the same thing, and the momentum that we're getting is this negative loop. The brain is an incredibly beautiful thing. And how do we get out of this loop? How do we retrain our brain, basically? Because that's the human part of us. That's not the spiritual part of us. This loop, this negative loop. Well, when you're stuck in this pattern, right, you make no new neurotransmitters, no new connections. Because you're doing the same thing over and over again, your brain's like, ho hum, nothing to do, right? And it kind of gets stale and it drools. You're all welcome for that, by the way. It gets stale and it drools. Well, research shows that if you do different things, like you break your routine, instead of getting up in the morning, brushing your teeth, and having your breakfast, you get up in the morning, you have a shower, you have your breakfast, and then you brush your teeth. Simply by doing that, you create all these new synapses that fire in your brain. It creates new pathways for new ways of thinking, right? It allows new ways, new paths, and that old groove gets these little paths elsewhere. So the other thing, and it's a simple way, actually, to start these new thoughts. And I mean, even if you change the way you go to work in the morning, you go down a different street, that all counters here, right? So how do we apply this to negative thoughts? You've identified this negative thought in this process, in this loop that keeps going around and around and around. We all have them. So what do you do about them? You identify that as soon as it starts to happen, and you redirect that thought. And you make it into something not negative. You grab for a memory. You grab for a joyful thought. You grab for whatever puts you in a calm, peaceful, existent state, right? That negative thought will go and ease its way out. But the trick of this is, every time you get a negative thought, is to redirect. Okay, we have these crazy negative thoughts coming in, and it's about, okay, let's think of something silly. They're stealing my business. Everybody's stealing my business. Here's my negative thought. What am I going to do to keep all this? And who am I going to have to avoid and put up these blocks? And how come my business not doing good? Because that other person's giving me competition. And here's this negative mindset, and you got this heaviness going on, right? And you're like, how come I'm not getting any new business? What is this? I'm stale. It's because all this heavy negative energy is what you're attracting, right? So we recognize this I'm not thought, and we say, I have new business coming in every day. I have an incredibly beautiful brain that can help me, along with my intuition, figure out how to get different business where I never have to worry about the competition again. So I've redirected that negative thought of having too much competition into a momentous thought of starting this new momentum of how do I make my business better so that I never worry about competition. The more you redirect, the more you redirect, the more it becomes a habit to stay in the up and happy thoughts. It is an exercise. And you can exercise that at every single negative thought that enters into your mind. You spin it up. That's how you turn the negative to the positive. That's how you turn your energy around. That's how you hear people that say, oh my God, you lost your business, you've lost everything 4 or 5 times, but yet here you are, and you've made it. And that's because they never gave up. They kept spinning that thought up. Okay, that didn't work. Let me go to the next thing that will work. Okay, that didn't work. Let's get to the next thing. And that's basically what they want to talk about, getting out of that loop. Hi, Paulette. All right. Hi, Carletta. And hi, Jamie. I'm going to the next question. Stand by here. Beth Bellinger wants to know if she's moving in the right direction in life to find financial stability in a career. Okay. Beth, we want to tell you this from the bottom of all of our collective hearts. You are moving in the right direction, girlfriend. You're always moving in the right direction as long as you're moving forward, right? So how do you do this? How do you get to this place of financial stability? I want to first ask you why you don't feel like you have financial stability. It's a feeling of lack. Well, how do you fight that feeling of lack? Sit down and analyze for yourself exactly why you think you don't have enough. Because there's enough. The next thing I want you to do is realize that you're standing in your own way just by saying, I have a lack, or feeling that lack. The first thing that we always want you to know about a career and about money is that it's a beautiful thing. Money's great. Bring it into your existence. Bring it into your life. And lose the guilt. For some reason, everybody tells you need to have guilt with money. Like it's a bad thing to make a lot of money and have nice things. And we're telling you that's horseshit, okay? We're telling you that you can have everything you want and deserve. Again, it's about belief. It's about intent. It's about not standing in your own way. The first thing I need you to do right now is repeat after me. I am financially stable. I am financially secure. All right? And you go, okay, big deal. Now, where is it for my bank account? When you start changing your energy to realize that you are wealthy, that abundance will flow to you, and you're in the receptive mode. You have to be receptive to all this. You deserve it. You deserve the abundance. You deserve the love. You deserve the money. Here I am. Bring it on. You keep that vibration up there. Here it comes, and I'm getting it. I'm getting it. Here it comes. It might come in as a penny on the street at first, right? You find a dime from our peeps up in heaven. I'd like one of them to send me $100 bill once in a while, but it's all about the faith. It's all about focusing on what you want. The law of attraction says the second that you have that thought, again, in kind, I will give you that. But you truly have to know and believe that I will do that in the right time, as planned by you, for your lesson, by your higher self. Okay? Beth, do what you love first. Once you find what you love, everything else will follow. We're going to refer to, I love when they say we're going to refer to a song that's out today because it's in the channel's filter. And it's a song by Old Dominion. It says no such thing as a broken heart, right? Well, what it says is chase after the dream, don't chase after the money. And that's when you win. That's when you get all the money. When you chase after your dream and the money is just a happy side effect of it, that's when it'll come. Focus on what you love and the rest will follow. Okay, next question. Let's see what we have here. You're welcome, Allie. Love you. All right. And okay. Can you ask if I suffer from anxiety and in the current state I'm thinking of living my dream life and I feel happy of being in the vortex, yet my body shows signs of anxiety, compressed chest area, does it count as being in the vortex or not? That's a great question when you think about it, right? Because mentally and emotionally, you got everything going on. I'm in the vortex. Here comes the money, here comes the job, here comes the love. Woo, bring it, baby. Yeah. Oh my God. I can't breathe. I'm having a heart attack. But bring that. I'm in the vortex. I'm a little bit in pain, but I'm in the vortex. They're laughing at me. All right, Ms. No Name or Mr. No Name who asked the question. Yeah, you can be in the vortex and still feel anxiety. Okay. So you're just working on it. You're like the baby vortex here because you truly don't believe it's going to happen. And that's the anxiety, right? Because maybe it will, maybe it won't, but it's a great concept, everybody. Woo! Let's get in the vortex. Now what? Right? Is that kind of what it's like? Like, here I am, and I know what to do, and I know how it is, and I know what to feel. I kind of feel weird. All right. I'm done making fun of everything. I'm sorry. They're keeping us entertained anyway. So you're still human, right? You're still working on all this. Are you in the vortex and anxious at the same time? Is that a possibility? Well, yeah, it is, because the vortex has many different, I will call it speeds, for a lack of a better term. You're in the vortex and you're just cruising along, right? And that's kind of how you are, because you got the concept. And then the next part of the vortex, you're moving along, you got the concept, and your body's adjusting to the new reality that you've produced for yourself. And then, whoo! I'm really in the vortex because I'm manifesting everything I want. I make all the fucking green lights when I'm on my way anywhere. I get the first parking spot at the store. How do you like that? So if that's the kind of vortex you're talking about, where everything exactly goes right, you'll get there. Because that's a state of mind too. Being in the vortex is a state of mind. Listen, what we want you to do about this anxiousness and this anxiety, I want you to ask yourself, what could go wrong? Why am I anxious? What's this? What is this feeling about? While the vortex wants to take you with it. Your humanness, your sole purpose, the reason you're here, is working through that anxiety and figuring out how to get that to where you can leave it behind and go fully into the vortex. Don't think that you are not learning or not in the vortex because you're feeling weird. You've got this. All right? You've got this. Take deep breaths. And when you realize the worst thing in your fears That may or may not happen. It may not happen. It may not happen. It may never happen. And once you get to that reality, it may never happen. You can release it. Okay, let's see. All right. All right, let's go on to the next one. And next one will be... Okay, Jamie Dunstan. Hi, Jamie. Sometimes light workers do work that is public. When you are empathetic, you can feel other people's energy. Sometimes people have strong opinions, reactions to our work. What are some tools to protect ourselves when we share our spiritual truths? Thank you. Jamie, that's a great question. Because, I think those of us have all experienced somebody saying, bullshit, what you do is shit. If you can't see it, touch it, hear it, feel it, or taste it, it's shit, right? I don't believe you. Firstly, the very first thing I want to say between Jamie and Celestine, who gives a fuck what anybody else thinks? Right? Okay. That's my opinion. We'll get Abraham's opinion now. Jamie, when you get that momentum going and you know every single thing truly in your heart and you are standing in your own truth, remember, that may not be everybody's truth. And that's okay. It's okay because they're still on their journey. It may not be the time in their journey to realize everything that we have. It may not ever come in this incarnation for those folks, right? When you get to a place where nobody else's opinion matters, you will feel no need for explanation. The ones that don't believe or teetering on the edge are total skeptics are actually fearful. They're fearful of what they can't see, because that's what they've been conditioned to and conditioned to believe. Stand in your own truth and they will see your example. When it's time in their own journey, they're going to remember that conversation that they had with Jamie Dunstan about the beautiful angels in the sky that look down on us and show us every single day that they're there for us. And I want you to remember that it's a blessing to be able to know that. And how wonderful for us to have the key. But you can only take a horse to water. You can't force it to drink. And that's okay. You keep on, Jamie. I hope they answered the question. I'm just going to review it one more time to make sure. Oh, okay. That's it. I realize now I went back. Jamie, Abraham, we say you don't need protection. Again, when you're strong in your own beliefs, no matter what anybody throws at you, hurls, insults, ugliness, it won't make a difference. Bless them and pray that they find their own path. Okay. All right, let's see what else we have here. Dun, 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 dun. Jane Goldbronson wants to know how further can she unlock her abilities? How can she unlock her abilities further? Jane, we want you to know that your abilities are abundant, strong, and very useful to everybody. You're budding right now. We want you to know that we watch. We watch all those steps. We want you to know once you believe in yourself. The rest of it becomes very clear. So the problem with abilities that you can't see, the problem was, and we'll say problem, is that you can't physically measure advancement. And that's the part of the problem for you, is that you see things and you hear things and you get them and it's kind of okay, but you can't gauge them. Okay, well, I heard this one day and then the next day I saw this. What's that about? Right? Write it down, but you have really no comparison, no guidebooks, no anything. We're here to tell you that everybody has the incredibly beautiful same abilities as Esther, as Marie, as Allison, as Kim, as Jamie, as all of them. You all have the same abilities. The only difference between the names I mentioned and you, Jane, is that they realize that they have no compunction of saying what's on their mind. Just fly out, right? Because we don't stand in our way. We believe. We've lost that doubt. We've lost that fear that we're wrong. We've lost that self-doubt. Well, how come I can do this and not everybody can do this? We've lost I give a fuck what anybody else thinks, right? I've lost that. I don't give a fuck what anybody else thinks. Spirit gives me messages and it's just my job to relay them, and I don't stand in Spirit's way. So once that self-doubt goes, look out, girl. You're going to be up there with the greats. We have total and complete confidence in your gifts. It's time for you to do the same. I'm sorry about the dog in the background, everybody. Yeah. Let's see what else we can do. All right. I have this great question that I have to address. And it's from Karen DeHaas. And it asks, how does karma affect the law of attraction? If we are dealing with karma and contracts, doesn't that then put limits on us? So then, is it correct that we truly cannot manifest anything we want because it has to be within the limits that are on us, and each individual cannot manifest the same things if it is truly isn't it, if it's not truly meant for us, we cannot manifest it. Is the last part of the question. Okay, Karen, I have a whole bunch over here, and they're back and forth. It's kind of like, right before a stage act goes on, because they're all discussing this. And the first thing that we want to discuss right now with you, Karen, karma. Karma. Exactly karma. Why do people think that there is retribution for anything? We're here telling you that if somebody got murdered and then they went to jail, that's not karma. That's the law of attraction. We're here telling you that if you stabbed somebody in the eye and you turned around and you got stabbed in the back, that's not karma. It's the law of attraction. There is no such thing as judgment. Source energy and its infinite wisdom sent us all here as a spark of itself, of source energy, so source energy could know its own greatness by what we experience as the polar opposite. Source is up here and I'm the brightest, the greatest, the most beautiful. But there's nothing to compare it to. So Source could not know its own greatness without having the exact polar opposite. So why would God Source, judge us for showing itself how great it is by experiencing how shitty everything could be. So Source sent us here, and then it's going to judge us for doing exactly what it sent us here to do, to know itself because of the awful shit that we take here. So Source Energy can know its own greatness and then judge us for that? No. I'm sorry. That's not how it works. So I hope have put everybody's questions about karma to bed, that there is no such thing. Karen, there are no limits. There are no limits. We are the only ones that give ourselves the limits. When we step out of our own way and we allow that momentum to start, and we accept, and we're in that receptive mode, there's nothing that we cannot manifest ever. If you want it, don't stand in your own way by having the intention that you don't deserve it because of some karmic debt or obligation. You truly can manifest anything that you want when you are out of your own way, in your vortex, and in the receptive mode of knowing that you can have anything that you want. Okay, so let's see, next question. It's kind of a long one, and it's from Fabiana, so stand by. And Fabiana says that she loves Abe, and thank you. We've all heard how we are all one. We need to love all and everyone, because in reality, that's like loving ourselves. That's true. We want to tell you that it's absolutely true. That you love yourself through loving others. Yes, I agree with that. We agree with that. So far, so good, Fab. They're clapping. We've also heard how we need to hear our intuition as our guide radar that guides in life. Starting from this last fact, at times various people give me a really not pleasant, comforting vibe. They talk nice and all. They don't really do anything wrong to me, but my radar goes crazy each time that I'm near them, and all I want to do is stay away from them. Why beat around the bush? I don't like them. Sorry for the long entry. My question is, how do I align with love everyone because we are all one? Well, my radar says eek, not good people, and stay away. Involved question, yes. Very good question, no. I'm downloading. Hold on a second. They're talking. That defense system that you're talking about, Fabiana, that defense system that tells you your spidey senses are going off, this person may not have the best intent, is absolutely your communication with yourself that allows you to know that you may need to have some sort of caution or reserve or whatever it is while dealing with these people. We want to challenge you right now, Fabiana, to change the way that you think when your radar goes off. Humans are designed and conditioned to have cautionary lights go off. This is danger, danger, danger. You don't walk into fire. You don't, jump off a building, and you just basically know this. And this is your guidance telling you that these people may not be in the same alignment, in the same vortex, in the same mindset that you have right now. So how do you love them and deal with that? Well, we want to tell you, Fabiana, that you have something to learn from everyone. Those feelings, those gut instincts that you are getting are very, very much to be aware of, very much for you to speak with your higher self. But don't allow your human self to interfere with your higher self. Is your higher self giving you this message to recognize in yourself what you don't like in those people you have those feelings with? Are they in your path? Have you brought them into your vortex to teach yourself how to deal with things that you don't like about yourself? And we all have them. You know, I wish I did this different, or I wish I could take that back, you know. Once you come to the point and you realize, yeah, we're all the same, and yes, we all love each other, I still have to put me first because here's the experience I came to have. You then take on a new perspective of what does this all have to teach me, rather than running the other way. You're protected. What's the fear? Nobody's going to allow you, especially not yourself, to be damaged from these people. When you view these as a learning lesson rather than a reason to run, you'll have conquered that. But we want to tell you, it's okay to acknowledge those feelings of being uneasy and not knowing what they are. Figure out what they are. Fix them. You don't need to be afraid of anything. What's there to be afraid of? We humans create this fear energy. This fear energy becomes this great big ball, and it takes on a life all of its own. It feels like it can just eat you all up. When in fact, the basis for this fear energy was invisible and non-existent. I'm going to have to watch this. All right, so I think I have time for another couple questions. Let's see. Yeah, Carrie, party at Marie's house. Woo-hoo, but everybody's got to come here. Thank you, Jerry. Hi, Lisa. Colleen can hear me. Damn it, I hope Judy still got in. Hold on. Okay. Christy Baker. Hi, Christy. I've got your question. This is going to be the second to the last one for the night. All right. Christy says, I keep forgetting it's the feelings of happiness that I most want. Not necessarily the person, the thing, etc. And she's growing. And she loves Abe. And Christy Baker, fucking A. Yeah, girl, you got this. You got this. Now, what Christy said was, and Abraham standing up and cheering all of them for Christy, is that, you know, as humans, we seek objects. People, objects, vacations, and happiness, right? Because we equate all those things to happiness. When in fact, what you need to do is get those feelings and gather those feelings of happiness that you get from the vacations, from the love, from the experiences. That feeling of happiness is what you need to grasp onto and hang on to. Memories fade, memories go away, right? But if you can retain that feeling from the memory, that's the key to happiness. You don't pin it on anything or anyone else. Happiness is all subjective. Great point, Christy. I absolutely love that. And Abraham does too, since they're standing and cheering. So hang on. All right, and for the final question of the night, it is coming from Caroline McLemore. Hello, Caroline McLemore, I love you. And here's Caroline's question. How do I best overcome doubt? More specifically, I want to dream bigger or have an understanding that I am not limited in how much I can do in my work. I'm also wondering if there are blocks I can remove to allow the Reiki to flow better. Okay. They're talking really fast. Hold on a second. Caroline, overcoming doubt. Again, this has been kind of a theme here tonight. So listen, as mediums, as energy workers, as light workers, as energy healers, whatever it is that we do, you all know it's not anything, again, that's like in a textbook, right? So if I'm here and I'm telling you all this great stuff that Abraham is passing along, and they are, and I am honored to tell you that they are here with me now. If all this stuff, right, if I don't believe it, if I doubt myself, it's bullshit. How can you, for us light workers, it's a bit of a journey to get there, but you all or nothing. You can't be an in-between kind of energy worker, medium, spirit translator, Reiki practitioner. None of this stuff works like that. None. It is all intent. If you don't believe, then you're not truly healing. If you don't believe, you're not truly passing along a message. Is this your calling in life? Right? Well, you know that. Caroline, there isn't anyone that I know of that I can stand here and say is the truest, sincerest healer. It's you. Believe in yourself. Once you lose that self-doubt again, there will be no stopping the powers of your healing. But everybody, I'm telling you, all you light workers, everybody that's listening to Abraham or Wayne Dyer or to Eric, my bud Eric, right? If you don't believe, it's all shit. It's all shit. You gotta believe. You gotta know. You can't doubt yourself. You can't doubt source energy. You can't doubt your spirit guides. Some messages come in a little wonky. It's just how it goes. Sometimes those wonky messages mean the most down the line. Okay? Believe. That once you lose self-doubt, there is truly no stopping you. So to remove blocks, well, I'm going to tell you that we're the ones that give us our own blocks, and that all starts here. So you start this energy, right? Thoughts are energy. We all know this. And I can't do this. Is this truly not me doing this? How do I do this? Okay, so that energy, we're going to just give it a form. Here it comes, and that doubt energy is coming down, and it's coming all over, and here it is in your solar plexus chakra and your self-doubt and your confidence center. And that takes over everything, right? It's your everything. Once that energy is stopped and you can negate that, again, just like the answer to Alice, and you stop that negative thought and you focus on something positive, it'll be the same thing. There are no blocks, Caroline. The only blocks are the ones your energy gives it. And you can remove a block as easily as you put a block there, with the same intent. Blocks are created by self-doubt, which is intent, which is a thought, which is energy, right? Don't give it any energy. There's no block. There's no block. If you feel like you're kind of stuck in certain areas, work on your colors. Work on your chakra colors. Because if you're feeling a little bit stuck, eat whatever color the chakra you feel is stuck. If it's your connection to source, white, purple food. If it's your communication, blue, third eye, purple, all this. Whatever you feel that you're lacking in, surround yourself in that color. And it's not that that color has any magical effect, right? It's a color. What that color does is gives you humanness. An object to concentrate on, to work through. Kind of like sage. It's all about intent. We all go through our house with the sage. When in reality, it's not the sage that creates and clears the energy, it's your intent. Same thing with the colors. So if you're feeling blocked, or you feel like that, surround yourself in that color. Use your colors. But what I'm telling you, it's all about intent. All right, everybody. I sure hope this was good, and everybody got something really good out of this. Belinda Myers. Belinda Myers, send me a PM, okay? Hold on. You're welcome, Jamie. Hi, Madeline. Hey, Candy. Hey, Martha. So I think what happens is it records and then it plays. But Candy, you know what? They didn't answer your question. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Let me pull up, because it was a good question. So Candy's question was about Kundalini Awakenings, and what's the purpose for one, and what causes some to have one, and how do you know if you've only had one, and why do some people experience this and others have not? Well, we want to tell you that a Kundalini Awakening happens to everybody. It's just not a matter of it not happening. It's a matter of being aware of this. And the effects of the awakening are very different for many people. The effects can range from physical manifestations as colds and dizziness and all kinds of things, to spiritual things that come on, like astral projection and vivid dreams. And the purpose for a Kundalini Awakening is that there is no actual purpose. It's more of a process that's been defined by you, for you, by your higher self, to bring you to the place that you need to be, to realize exactly what you're doing here on earth and what your path is. And to bring you to a new realization that the human is temporary, but the spirit is eternal. It reminds your spirit, your higher self, that part of you that remains in heaven. It reminds the human part of you of that heavenly part. And it brings you closer to that heavenly part in good health. They can happen just once, and they can happen in stages as your body, as your physicality can handle them. They can be just wow. I have read instances of people that have they've been all encumbering. They've gotten sick, they've gotten dizzy, they've gotten the sweats, they got totally anxious and felt like their whole world was coming down. I don't want to scare you or anything like that, but they can be rather moving, these Kundalini awakenings. And don't judge it. It's like your gifts and it's your abilities. You make a mental note. You make a physical note. You be grateful. And then you allow Spirit to give whatever message to your body that it has intended. I promise, at some point, it will be evident to you what the messages are. We download, we give you, we the spirit world, we Abraham, we your guides, we Eric, we all of us, give you what you need to more than survive your journey here on earth. We never give up on you. And we always, always have the highest and best of your journey, your path, in our interest. Trust that. Don't try to analyze it too much. Because when you overanalyze it, you miss the message. But when you trust it, the message flows. And then all of a sudden, you're right in your own vortex and realizing exactly what path you were meant to take and who you're meant to help. Okay. I would like to say thank you to Holly Ann Bartlett, and it says she's still awake and still watching. It's a long day. I know all you East Coast peeps, it's kind of late there, and I want to thank everybody. I hope it has given you everything you need and answered the questions. And in the future, I'll be doing more events with Abraham as they come along, and suggestions are always welcome and love, as always. There was one, oh darn it, I closed out the questions. There was one person that submitted a question about her husband who just passed away. Nunez is her last name. And I'd like for you to send me a private message, and I'll answer your question on your husband. And my deepest condolences for having lost him. All right, everybody. Thank you. I love you all. And have a great rest of your night, a great week. And remember, focus on what you want, not the opposite. Much love.